Be bold, but cover your ass too. This is Guy Kawasaki, and you're watching the Wise Guy series presented by American Express. Let me tell you a story. Back in the late 80s, Macintosh had been introduced, but it wasn't doing that well. There was a perception, really, it was the reality, that there wasn't Macintosh software. So we had to change this perception. Part of that meant that we had to wait for software to be done. But there's always this lag. So there was now software was entering the market, but people, our own sales force, retail sales force, and consumers didn't realize that there really was a fair amount of Mac software. So Mike Murray and I, he was the director of marketing of the Macintosh division, came up with this idea that we should buy like 1,000 packages of various software and give it to the sales force and the retailer's sales force. So we would deliver this box full of software so that they would understand, wow, Macintosh has software. So Mike Murray said, that's a great job. Reach out to the developers, tell them we want 1,000 copies each. We're going to give it to our retailers and we're going to give it to our sales force. So I go off and do this. And all in all, we paid them $50 a copy. It came out to about $750,000. At some point, I had to get the purchase order to pay all these vendors for their software. And that's when the CFO of the Macintosh division blew a gasket because my spending limit was $5,000, not $750,000. So I had exceeded my spending limit, my signature authority, by a mere $745,000. She said I was going to get fired, blah, blah, blah. And I learned a very valuable lesson. Here's some wisdom for you. So be bold. You have a big problem like the perception that Mac doesn't have software? Come up with an interesting idea, a bold idea. Let's give the people who have this opinion and lead others in this opinion, let's give them a box of a lot of software so they understand there is a lot of software. Be bold. But then cover your ass too. What I should have done is I should have followed up with an email to Mike Murray saying, okay, Mike, as we discussed, we're going to buy 1,000 copies of all this software and it's going to come out to $750,000. That's what I'm doing. Please confirm. I would have covered my ass. A word of wisdom for you. Thank you very much.